Hey guys, thank you so much for joining us on this lovely Friday. I know it's cold outside, but super excited to have William Mahan joining us today. So, welcome, William.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. And I know you're super busy, so I truly appreciate you taking time out of your day. William, for those of you, I know you're really well known in our market, but for those of you that may not be familiar, do you mind just kind of briefly going over some of your history as a real estate agent?
Sure, absolutely. Um, for the past, I've been in the business for probably about 5 years now, and started out with Century 21 as a buyer's agent, my very first year, and from there, probably spent about a year with Century 21 as a buyer's agent, getting a lot of great, training and just with help in the business. After that, wanted to take the next step in my business and become a solo agent, and found Keller Williams. It was a
Mhm.
company that kind of aligned with my goals at that time. So,
Right.
I joined Keller Williams Elite and out of Yukon, and was there for almost 3 years. And so, Keller Williams was a great, was great for my business at that time. It really gave me some foundations and helped me build, the foundation of my business of kind of where it's at now. So great
No,
experience there. Great experience there.
yeah, absolutely. And I know when we talked, I mean, you were perfectly happy at Keller Williams in your brokerage and, running your team. So, what would you say just during the time that we were having those conversations were the biggest difference that made you kind of take your team in a different direction?
Yeah. With Keller Williams, I really built to a certain point, income wise, volume wise. Our team was doing well and kind of just had a real core foundation of the team. And it got us to a certain point, and it was great because it met and exceeded all the goals that I set out to do in real estate. So I was happy, I was happy with that. And then when you guys, I started seeing you guys around, and I think you were after me for a couple of years, and I didn't want to, listen just because I was in that comfort zone. I was happy, we were building, and I thought I had everything I needed. Well, there comes a point where you hit a level and your goals get bigger,
Right.
and the goals that I had going, late 17, the goals that I had when I started writing them down and we really started diving in and looking at them, really started aligning with the model that I kind of peaked at with EXP. I never really looked at EXP probably till, mid 17, getting into late 17. I didn't want to see it. I didn't care. I was happy. But when I started peeking at it, I'm like, well, that aligns with this and this aligns with this. So, if it was one thing, it would probably be, just looking at my goals and then looking at the model and saying, yeah, this model aligns with what we want to do moving forward. So I think the goals aligning with the model was really the big eye opener for us.
Absolutely. And one of the things that I love about you and your team is how you revisit your goals constantly. I
Yeah.
think the other day we were talking about 10X and, some of the long-term achievements that you're looking for. And I think that's absolutely tremendous. But I will say one thing that you said really caught my attention is you were comfortable. And
Mhm.
that's one thing that I'll say I see every single day is, agents are comfortable. And I almost like to call it a little bit of a roller coaster, right? We're busy. We can be high successful agents and we're just tracing transaction to transaction. And honestly, helping our buyers and sellers, which is what we want to do. But the problem is if we had to, God forbid something happen or for other reasons that we couldn't work, or maybe all your transactions got pushed back 1 month. One of the things that I truly love about EXP is the opportunity to streamline that income. And that's going to be through revenue share. So do you mind going into a little bit of detail on how that's going to help you, not only locally, but really through your expansions across state borders?
Sure, absolutely. One of the biggest things when I talked about my goals aligning with the EXP model, when I really sat down and looked at the model of EXP, it had this revenue part of it, you know, and I was like, you know, what is that all about? Because I was Keller Williams and, you know, we have profit
Right.
share. So I knew the overall, you know, concept of it. But when you really look at the numbers and you say, okay, you know, this is off the top, you know, accordingly, you get paid, you know, per transaction up to a certain amount. But, you know, if your downline, if you're helping your downline and your downline is producing, that revenue stream can grow really, really fast because it is off the top, not off, you know, profit. So if a brick and mortar or, you know, whether it's Keller Williams or somebody else who has the same model, if that brick and mortar isn't doing well or the profit isn't as high, that affects it. Where this model, since it's off the top, I thought, well, you could really build here by just attracting some agents that attract some agents that attract some agents. And all we're doing is having conversations and, you know, having conversations to attract agents. And you can really grow this other income stream pretty fast. And it really is as high as you want it to be. And so, you know, we're already in a no ceiling industry, right? So, you know, you can go out and sell as many houses as you want and you can make as much money as you want. And you align that with another income stream that has no ceiling as well. Well, again, one of the things that's hard to overlook when I was looking at this model, because it did align with, you know, we wanted multiple income streams, not just me, but my team. You know, everything I do is, you know, built around my team as well. So, you know, we sit and we have goals, and then we all, you know, we're all like-minded. Everyone wanted other income streams. Well, how do we do that? We can go start another business. Well, I have another business, but
yeah, you do.
Out of my industry, right? So you invest in real estate, costs money to do that. You got to have money to invest in real estate, investment properties. We all know 20% down. So all this stuff costs money, right? So at the end of the day, if I could have this unsealing income by just doing the day-to-day activities that I do in general with real estate and just have some extra conversations and then build this second line of income, that's one of the biggest, you know, reasons or why I chose to come over with the revenue part of it.
Right. And I was actually listening to a video interview the other day, and one of the things that I love that they said, so Glenn Sanford is our founder and CEO, right? And just absolutely a genius. And he truly believed in a model. So he used to be a high performing team with Keller Williams. And when he created the sustainable you know, plan for EXP, he really believed in compensation for contribution, where, you know, agents really are doing the heavy lifting. So that's exactly in line with what you're talking about, which kind of leads me into my next question. So, you know, we talk about ICON agents all the time, but, you know, a lot of agents out there listening may not quite know what that means. So with EXP, we have an ICON agent program where if you hit certain production levels, then you actually could, you go through the process, right? You hit the production level, and then you have to go through a vetting committee. But once you hit ICON status, you actually get your $16,000 cap back in the form of company stock. Now, there is a vesting period with that, but I'm happy to say, William, you got that award last year. So kind of talk about the potential with that.
Well, I'll tell you, it was a goal of ours going into EXP. It was one of our goals. And of course, we set a lot of goals. We set high goals. And it was just a goal of ours. And we, you know, all of our goals are tracked. So it was a goal of ours to become ICON. And one of the biggest reasons was because I wanted to take advantage of every single thing that EXP offered, the opportunities that they offer an agent to have. I wanted to take full advantage of all of them. So one of the things was ICON. You get your $16,000 back. Well, I came over for a long-term, you know, game. This is long-term. I didn't try it. It wasn't something that we say, hey, let's give it a shot and then leave. Now, we were committed long-term. So the 3-year vest it was irrelevant to us. Okay, that's fine. We'll be here in 3 years, and that's fine. But, you know, to get that back by just doing the same things, again, I'm going to say this repeatedly, just doing the same things that we were doing previously.
Right.
Going to listing appointments, helping buyers, helping sellers, doing the same things. And then all of a sudden the company says, thank you, we're going to give this back to you. I mean, That's pretty much what they say. Hey,
It's amazing, isn't it?
we're hitting certain production levels. We acknowledge that you hit these certain production levels, and we appreciate your hard work, and we're going to give this money back to you. I mean, it's, again,
it's almost a no-brainer, right?
Yeah, something that was hard to look past.
Right.
Here's the deal: if someone says, $16,000 cap, if you do the math on that plus 20 transactions, if someone says, well, I'm not there yet. Well, that's a big goal, right? So if somebody came over and said, I'm not doing that yet, we'll make it a goal, right? So make it a goal to do that, because the benefit part of it's so much. It's like, okay, set your goals, and now you're doing that, and it just helped your business out. So it's a good goal, even if you're not doing that. It's a good goal to look forward to and to, try to hit, because it's a huge benefit for you.
Right. And you're absolutely right. So we have an agent that came over 2 years ago. He was brand new. He was actually with Keller Williams for his first year. And he came over to EXP about 2 years ago. And he said, Micah, I'm going to hit icon status. This is my goal. And, sure enough, he did it. So, you're right. It's something, if you're kind of on that borderline, once you look at the production levels, it's definitely something to strive for. Now, I do want to say we are not stock analysts on here by any means. So, stock is going to go up and down. But William, you said something that was really, really important is you're getting it by doing what we're already doing, which is out there and, being professionals and representing buyers and sellers. So I think that's definitely something that's very important. So, EXP, aside from the revenue share and the different ways to acquire stock, ICON Agent is not the only way to acquire stock within EXP. But, we have got some of the most robust lead generation systems. They've got all this training within the EXP World Campus. And one of the lead generation systems that we actually offer to our agents is KV Core. So tell me a little bit. I know you've been heavy in lead gen before. Yeah. What are some of the things that you're utilizing this year in helping your team and your production levels?
Well, these platforms are very familiar to our team. We've been with Sync, with Commissions Inc., tried Boomtown a little bit. I actually, before I came to EXP, had a conversion account, the mother company or what it was before. So we were very familiar with these platforms, but they were super expensive. I mean, right. Sync, $2,500 a month just for the platform. I think conversion was around that price. Boomtown's pretty expensive. Plus, if you want to add your advertising, into that on top of that, you could get $3,000 plus a month just for those. And right. So looking at the model, listening to the opportunities, one of them was we give you KV Core for, I think it's like $50 a month or something like that. Just give you the platform for $50 a month. I'm like, hold on, what? So, if someone's used to paying $2,500 a month for Sync, well, just pay, $50 for that, and then spend $2,500 a month in ad spends instead of the, $250 or $500, and boom, your pipeline is full of leads. So it allowed us to our team come together under one platform for $50 a month, and it, they have a team platform that's a little bit more, but it's not much more. But it just allowed us to build our pipeline, because we weren't spending so much on just the platform that we were before. We were able to increase our ad spend and double up on that and just really funnel in a lot of leads. Also, our marketing team is allowed, we create Facebook ads ourselves, and we funnel them into KV Core and allow KV Core to talk to them. They have auto plans and they have auto text and auto responders. And so we found, okay, let's generate some ads and let's funnel them in there through the landing pages and platform that KV Core has. And so now we're generating leads on top of the ad spend. So it's all about funneling leads, and it's all about having someone to talk to. And that's what KV Core allows us to do. It's huge growth for us.
Right. And even exposure for our sellers, right? I mean, there's so much exposure, through the syndication and, like you said, the landing and the squeeze pages. So it definitely, is truly a benefit to our clients as well. So William, I want to ask you, you've been with EXP now just shy over a little over a year. What would you say to agents who are comfortable in their positions, but that are listening today, they want to follow in your footsteps, you're a high producing agent. What would you say to them?
Well, I would just say, again, don't overlook the opportunity. Don't just not look at it because you're comfortable or because you're against EXP for some reason, or you don't want change. At the end of the day, I don't think I came over because it was a real estate change from company to company. There's so many companies out there that offer about the same in terms of caps and trainings and things like that. But I came over for a business reason, a business decision, because that's what we were doing. That's what I was trying to establish and grow as my business. So I came over for a business decision. There's a lot of things that EXP offers as an agent-owned brokerage that allows you to grow 2, 3, 4 streams of income by just doing the day-to-day activities. And a lot of things they just give to you income-wise. And so one of the biggest things that helped me last year was I'm able to put 5% commissions into, my back-end account. It's kind of like a 401k if you want to put it. But, to be honest with you, I'm a high D. I'm always on the go. I'm not a good put-back saver, but this just automatically did it for me. And at the end of the year, when me and my wife sat down and thought, do we want to continue to do this, things like that, and we went to our back-end site and saw how much money we had accumulated by just doing that, and I forgot that we were even doing it. I thought, we're keeping on doing this because now we have a really good savings in there in terms of our 401k that I forgot that we were even doing. So again, that's just another thing that is, allows you to build and grow financially with, with EXP that a lot of other companies, no other companies are doing right now. So again, if you're watching this, I would just tell you, I've been in it for a year. I was very skeptical, even the first 1 or 2 months. If you had talked to me, 10 months ago, I probably wouldn't be as confident. I would just be repeating what I was told, by, Micah or, listening to Jay Kinder or why he came over, these people, why they came over. I would have just, just told you what they were saying. But actually being here for a year, it's real, right? I mean, like these experiences that we're having with income growth, not just production growth, income growth is, it's real. It's truly real, and we haven't changed anything. We're still doing the same lead generation, the same calls, talking to the same buyers and sellers. We're just adding some conversations in, and we're doing a couple things here, and it's really just blown up for us, So everyone has income goals. Everybody does. So you might as well look at something that aligns with your income goals and see if it matches up. That's what I would say. Look at your goals. Look at the opportunity. If they align, it should be a no-brainer.
Right. Take the emotional piece out of it, right? I mean, at the end of the day, what's important is what you're bringing home to you and your family. Just like you said, you were checking your stock. That's an incentive plan where you can purchase stock at a discount. Nobody with an EXP is ever going to sell you on it. It's just an opt-in, opt-out kind of thing. So it's, again, just the opportunity to be able to do different things, all while growing your team, right? And utilizing the training and technology that EXP supports. So
that's passive income, guys. I mean, this is truly passive income that you can generate within the same sales, the same industry, the same real estate, whatever you're doing. This is truly passive income. I mean, truly passive income. So now we're going to take our passive income. Real estate's a great investment. Real estate's another way to invest in with passive income, right? Well, why don't you take the passive income that EXP is giving you and allowing you to grow and invest into real estate, right? So you're having your money make babies, is a Grant Cardone saying, have your money make babies, But instead of putting your own money in it, why don't you, create passive income that EXP allows you to do it, and then go invest and then go create those opportunities. It springboards you for other opportunities as well. So.
Oh, you're absolutely right. I mean, my husband and myself, we own over 50 properties, so we know how expensive it is to invest in real estate. And that's why this really goes in line with my entrepreneurial spirit. Same thing with you, right? I mean, I know what your goals are. And William, I've been so excited to see your growth over the past year. I actually can't wait to see where you're going in 2019 and 2020. But where do you think we're going to see William in the next 5 years?
Wow. Next 5 years. One of our big goals, another reason we came over was the expansion part of it, right? Because one of my big goals with previous company with Keller Williams was expansion, but it was, there's a lot of steps into it. It could be done. A lot of people are doing it at a high level at Keller Williams, don't get me wrong, but it was just, it's very difficult to get the ball rolling. With EXP, I think, there's a couple agents, they're almost in 40 different, states. That's growth, so, let alone one little city expand into. I mean, they're spending over state. So in 5 years, a big goal of ours is to not only have expansion teams within the Mahan Real Estate Group, not just, have within our team, but to really have an expansion of agents in our downline across the United States that I myself is pouring into and helping them grow. Because the thing about it is, attracting agents is one thing, but attracting them and then pouring yourself into them and helping them succeed and really, diving into their growth is a big deal for me too. So I'm all about, if you're on our team, I'm going to pour into you. So 5 years from now, big growth, expansion within our team, but also expansion in our downline across the nation. And we can get on, everyone has avatars and we're in a meeting room and we're doing live training and live talks in our downline. I mean, that's a big goal of ours. So in 5 years, I'm hoping to be, full throttle in that and, in the full expansion opportunities. Again, I came over to take full advantage of every opportunity that EXP allows you to do, and I'm going to start checking them off, and we're going to take full advantage of all these opportunities. Expansion is right there on our top radar.
That's fantastic. And I'll say this, in knowing you, I have absolutely no doubt that's going to happen. So I am super, super excited. I will say, to any agent that's watching this, whether you're a brand new agent or you're a high producing agent that really wants to take your business to the next level, I'm going to make this suggestion, reach out to William, whether it's go for coffee or, sit down with him, have lunch. William, I can't quite speak for you on what your schedule is, but, William has such a vast amount of knowledge in, running a team, increasing business, and also really the entrepreneurial spirit. Like you said, you own multiple businesses as well. Yeah. So, William, what's the best way for agents to reach out to you?
Obviously, you can find me on Facebook, private message me. You can reach out through phone or text, email, William at MahanRealEstateGroup.com. Shoot me an email, Mahan@realestategroup.com. William at MahanRealEstateGroup.com. Just send me an email, and we'll definitely connect. So it's really awesome. For me.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you so much for your time, William, today. I know you're super, super busy, so I appreciate it. Unless you had anything else that you wanted to hit on, I really appreciate your time, and I think this is very valuable.
Last thing is, don't overlook the opportunity. Once you look at it, it's hard to overlook. It's hard to bypass. So look at it, but I will tell you, be prepared, because once you look at it, it's going to be really hard to turn away from it. So at least look.
I think it's Jay that says, once you see it, you can't unsee it, right?
That's Jay, right? Yeah. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. Yep, exactly. And he's spot on. I mean, he's spot on with it. So a lot of people, you might as well just look at why. So.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much, William. I hope agents, don't miss out on this opportunity. At least come have a conversation with you, because you've got to have an open mind. Otherwise, you never know what you could be missing out on.
And I can honestly say it was the best decision that I could have made last year. A year from now, or one full year into it, I'm a very straight guy. For people who know me, I would tell you if it wasn't, but it was it was one of the best decisions that we could have done, because it's really just going to launch us to way bigger things than we could ever dream of. So we're 10X and we're setting big goals, and we're going to hit them. And EXP is going to allow us to do that. So.
Right. I love the 10X. I'm all over that too. So awesome. Well, thank you so much, William, and I appreciate your time. And please, anybody, if you have any questions, please reach out to William, and we'll get your questions answered.
All right. See you, Mark.
Have a good Friday.
Bye. Bye.